Yo, Hendo here, the Average Dude Slow-Pitch. Today we're getting a chance to bring out the Juno MR-1. This is the UTH-43, so stiff handle. This model's a 26 1-ounce end load. If you're not familiar with Juno, when you go to their website, pick whatever bat, you can actually pick, well, one, the handle plus the end load that you want. So you've got options from balanced, quarter, half, 3/4, and full ounce end loads on pretty much every model, I believe. I don't know if that's limited really on any of the models. But either way, shout out to a buddy, Chris Foster, for sending this over, letting us get in the first swings on this so that we can do a review for you. And then if you decide you want to pick one of these up or any other Juno products, our code ADS does work, I think, on most products over there. If you ever go to their website, that code's not working, reach out to us, let us know, and we'll get you another code so that you can get the best price possible over there from Juno. That being said, it's about 78 degrees right now. Shouldn't get too much warmer today. We're using up the last of kind of our good weather before the winter months start to hit here in New Mexico. Out here at Apodaca Park, 330-ish down the lines, 365, 370 gaps, and then 385 to that center field batter's eye. We're going to be using 52s first. Not too many of those, just because we saw there, or as we'll see here in a second with the compression, I think these start around that 260, 265 mark, so don't need a ton of break-in. Once we get done with the 52s, we'll swap over to the Pro-Ms. It'll be Razzos, Gold Dots, and ZNs, no hardcores, no stadiums, anything like that. So let's get some swings on it, come back, final compression, final thoughts. All right, let's go ahead and test the Juno MR-1 real quick before we throw any swings on it. As a reminder from the intro, this is a 12.5-inch barrel. The model we're swinging is a 26 1-ounce end load. Again, shout out to Chris Foster for sending us one of these over, letting us put the first swings on it for him before he does. And this one, we're looking right at about 260, so kind of makes sense. I think from the past Junos we've swung, they've been anywhere between kind of that 270 mark and that 260 mark, so right where we expect it to be. We're gonna go ahead, start out with 52s, Pro-Ms, and then based on kind of the feel, we'll determine how many swings we need to take, and we'll let you know at the end as we do the final compression, final thoughts. All right, again, mentioned in the intro, but 12.5-inch barrel, we're swinging a 26-ounce, 1-ounce end load. Again, end load's completely customizable from balance all the way up to full ounce to your liking when you're on Juno's website.
96 miles per hour.
Tons of carry, right off the center of the track.
97 miles per hour.
Yeah, through the first few 52 swings, even for starting slightly lower compression, I believe 260, 265 is what it was at. Feels real good with the 52s. They're coming off with still that kind of stiff feel that you want and that you expect when you choose kind of the stiff handles here on the Juno products.
103 miles per hour.
Oh, that was just mashed.
You can't want more than that with a 52 on a U-trip bat. We'll tell you that right now.
94 miles per hour.
And the ball absolutely flies off these. I'm most excited for this one too, because I still think 12.5-inch is pretty much my favorite barrel length. It was the same on the Kinetic. I thought those were really, really good. Some of obviously the Easton, the Tantrums at 12.5, 12.75, pretty close, but it's almost the perfect mix in my mind. I really do like 12-inch barrels like Brady's, but his had so much forgiveness, it really swung more like a 12.5 to a 13. So this 12.5, I'm only expecting real good things. Like I said, we don't need too many 52s with it, especially if they're gonna perform that way. Then we'll jump to what you all care about, which is the Pro-Ms.
100 miles per hour.
Whoo, 100 knuckling in, diving down.
96 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's it for 52s. Absolutely mashes them, feels good, still has that stiff feel that you would expect if you order that kind of stiff handle. And honestly, for me, what I want out of the barrel, definitely don't want that real soft feeling barrel, regardless of what ball I'm swinging. Let's go ahead and swap over to the Pro-Ms and see how this thing feels. All right, Juno MR-1, 12.5-inch barrel. This is the stiff handle, UTH-43, 26 1-ounce end load. We're gonna go ahead and throw some Pro-Ms on it, Razzos, Gold Dots, ZNs, no hardcores, no stadiums. See how this thing performs.
102 miles per hour.
Oh boy, all right. Well, that's a great first swing.
I'm sorry, but the look on Endo's face, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. This dude is smiling from ear to ear like a kid that just got a brand new toy at Christmas. Dude, you should see the look on his face.
101 miles per hour.
Yahtzee!
104 miles per hour.
Golly. Sound, feel, all of it. So good.
Uh-oh.
95 miles per hour.
Goodbye. Goodbye. If only we had a camera aiming right center, but that ball never got lower, or never, I should say, got higher than maybe a quarter way up that light pole and just never came down.
99 miles per
my
hour.
God.
Oh my God.
Over the trees. Did not touch a single leaf or limb.
It landed past the bathroom.
I'm not going
You
to
literally
get-
saw it bounce into the other fence over there.
Oh my God.
There's everything to love about it too. Great sound, great feel.
106 miles per hour.
She.
Uh-oh.
95 miles per hour.
Get over the batter's eye. Easily over the batter's eye. On what, a little bit of a low pitch?
Yeah.
Went down and got it.
That would have hit the middle of the plate.
Again, these 12.5-inch barrels, again, in my mind, they're my favorites. They seem to perform the best. And then when you get ones like this that are this forgiving, same with that Kinetic when he broke it in, and then I know Brady's again's a 12-inch, but his had the forgiveness that you want. You can pretty much get that max performance off the sweet spots with all the performance you can possibly want outside of the sweet spot when you miss.
107 miles per hour.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. 107, one hopped into the bathroom.
And I don't think that took a full second to get out.
Please hold compression.
Yeah, the last thing this has to do is hold some compression, but the good news is it's felt game ready from swing one. Me personally, I still like the BP bat. So if something does start a little bit lower compression, I'll BP purely 52s, rotate it, get a feel for it. On this one, there's some webbing starting. So like if I was BPing this for a tournament, I'd probably stop right now, check the compression, and if it's sitting right around at 250, it's going to my bag for as long as it's going to last, which can be a long, long time. A lot of the bats nowadays, I know the DeMarinis, which like the Culture I was swinging at Worlds, Brady's bat, when you get them that between 250, 260 mark and game them, they'll last there for a long, long time. I'm still gaming, or at least at Worlds, I was still gaming the Culture from my initial review, which has been through 2 BSC tournaments, military Worlds, obviously the BP out here, and then some extra swings. So just because the bat gets to 250 quickly doesn't mean it's going to fail, but it does mean stop BPing it because now it's where you want it to be for game swings at that point. And then if you do find that from 250, let's say to below 240 is quicker, that lets you know maybe we stop when it feels game ready at 260, and now you get all the extra game time. So just keep that in mind. I know not everyone can afford a bunch of different balls, but if I could only buy one set of balls to own for everything, I'm just going to buy the 52s. Sure, you can't go out there and impress your friends with how far you can hit the ball if that's what you're trying to do, but really for BP, breaking in your bats and then working on something. So when we're not doing the videos, we come out here, first however many swings, usually just getting loose, and then we work like left field line, right field line, gaps, things like that. So that's really what you should be doing kind of in your BP. Now it's okay to get some of the harder balls, go out there, see how far you can hit if you really want to, but no, on these game ready bats, if you're wondering why they fail compression faster than they should, it's probably because you're out there hitting classic M's, game type balls, stadiums, jokers, all that kind of crazy stuff. So just kind of keep that in mind and use the right balls when you BP.
111 miles per hour.
Sweet Christmas.
Holy crap.
100 miles per hour.
That was not sweet spot. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's the crazy part. The sweet spot is expanding to the point that, again, I would, having known what I know now, 50-ish swings, let it open up, because that one was a little bit high of sweet spot. I wouldn't call it end cap by no means, but high enough that we still got triple digits on a line and got up and over this fence.
104 miles per hour.
Yeah, we're done. We're done with the Juno. This bat is really good. I don't remember the last Juno we swung. Might have been JoJo Bennett's Backwoods, might have been the Vanquish, the 24 Vanquish, whatever it was. The tech there honestly felt really good as well. I think the Vanquish was actually used, both different models, in different one-piece videos we did. So these bats have been really good, but something about, again, the 12.5-inch barrel on this one is just gas. Big John Williams over there with Nitro Circus, he was swinging, if I'm not mistaken, the 12.5-inch, I think it's MR-3 is what it's called, the one-piece, this past weekend down at AA and Major World Series, and the ball was absolutely flying off there, sounded amazing as well. So I think, at least for me, the 12.5-inch barrels are going to be the way to go. But nice part about Juno is go to their site, find the handle you want, whether it's the flex handle, which I don't remember exactly what 34, 37, whatever's in the 30s, or you got the 43, which is your stiff handle, and then barrel length you want, Endload, all that kind of fun stuff. Buy it, get it broken in. You'll see here in a second, we'll talk about final thoughts, exactly how many swings we'll recommend for this to be game ready. Again, if it's passing now, this is the number of swings in my mind. It switched gears and is just one of the more fun bats to swing.
All right, we've now let our MR-1 sit for just under 24 hours. But like I mentioned, we had just got done hitting it. It was pretty warm out there. Didn't want to kind of stick around, so figured I'll just wait, kind of let it get to room temperature and test it. If I remember correctly, started right around 255, if I'm not mistaken. Let it sit on 0. And we're sitting like dead on 240 there. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it real quick. Just get a nice quarter turn, see where we're at. There's our quarter turn, all right. And okay. And just barely under 240 there. So that kind of makes sense. As we've mentioned in plenty of previous videos, when you've got tech, kind of like the Juno tech, for instance, or tantrums are a good example. Really a lot of the Rawlings one pieces. There's plenty of other kind of game ready tech out there, pure up until kind of the most recent releases. When you're BPing your bats, you're gonna want to use 52s, rotate the barrel, and don't put a bunch of swings on it. These bats are meant to, and you saw with the video, it was hitting pretty much top speeds, 20, 30 swings in. So if you are buying, let's say like this tech of Junos, and I know that they've got some new bats coming out soon, just make sure you're BPing them properly. 60-ish BP swings probably at most, and with 52s, and then just game it. And as a reminder, your compression is going to drop faster when you're doing BP because it's that constant repetitive ball after ball. So if you're using the harder ones, you're going to see that compression drop a lot faster. We actually have a MR-1 as well that we used a little bit earlier in the year, league, things like that. And I want to say it got to nearly 300-ish swings, was still passing at the time we got rid of it. So just something to keep in mind. But let's talk about it a little bit more in the final thoughts.
All right, and we are swings complete, final compression complete here on the Juno MR-1. Again, the one we're swinging today, UTH 43, so stiff handle, 26-ounce, 1-ounce Endload. And this model is a 12.5-inch barrel, which you've heard me talk about during the video, start of the video. I still think the 12.5 has, for us, a lot of the bats have proved to be kind of the highest end on the market. Now, there are some really good 12s, 13s, all that kind of stuff. But for me, the Kinetic, when you broke it in, was quite possibly the best one piece of the year. That's a 12.5-inch. The Brady, that's the one I would say was a little bit different as a 12-inch, but if you've swung it, you know the forgiveness on it performs way better than the average 12-inch, and to me, performed a lot like a lot of these 12.5s. You have the 12.5s and the 12.75s, which are pretty similar right there in the Rawlings market. And then again, 12.5 here. The 12.5 Gorilla, both the newest white and like oldest orange one, and then the all gold one, which the newest one with that Endload, I think, again, puts it as one of those top end kind of 12.5s. But with that being said, there's not much left to say about this one. You saw the performance on it. It absolutely destroyed the 52s. They were jumping off, nice stiff feel, which you're always kind of worried about with the USSSA bats, and is it going to have that really soft feel? So this is something you could definitely game with 52s, hot dots, those softer type Pro-Ms. It's not a bat that I would be using regardless, kind of cold weather. There's definitely those bats. The APC tech from DeMarini, Louisville's, this kind of, really the Juno tech, I don't know if they have any different tech that's considered the more durable tech that would be a winter type bat, but definitely this advanced carbon composite they've got here. So what is that, ACC technology at that point, isn't kind of winter for me. There's plenty of the hot ones that are not going to be kind of your winter type bats. So just kind of keep that in mind. But again, that still gives you 7 months out of the year where this thing's going to be great. And then when you swap over to the Pro-Ms, as you saw there, it absolutely murdered them. And now for me, I really like the 1-ounce Endloads. I do think the 1-ounce Endload really helped just bring that bat through the zone. But the tech regardless, and I think you can go from balanced, quarter ounce, whatever Endload you want with these guys, you're going to see that performance without a very minor drop off. Now, obviously, if you're kind of a power guy, you use the Endload, great. Get that 3/4, get that 1-ounce. If you like to place the ball over the place, you still got pretty good pop, whatever it is, and you prefer kind of that balance, quarter ounce, whatever it is, go with that one. You're still going to see it fly off this barrel. The couple shots we hit Oppo, and I know our camera setup currently, and we're working on this, doesn't really pick up the right field portion just yet. We're really working on getting kind of 2 cameras dialed in so we have a full field view. Just, we got to have time this off season to really dial it in. But even on those oppo ones, really without having to get that hip, or really open my hips and come through the zone, the ball actually flew off there. I think we had one like 97, flew over the fence. And again, I know you can see that, but even PK, and it's hard to see on there, kind of had that kind of flabbergasted look on his face. And this is one of those that just was so much fun to swing, put way more swings on it than we probably should have. I mentioned that a little bit in the final compression, but if you have one of these, or if you're going to pick one of these up, my biggest recommendation is I would probably go purely 52s. Make sure you're rotating the bat as well. Get that barrel opened up. And then if you have a tester, great. If you don't, I mean, obviously just don't put hundreds and hundreds of swings on it. But even with the 52s, I would go 50 or so swings. Just get comfortable, rotate it, 60 swings, whatever. If you want to make it real easy math, do 20 swings per each quarter turn. So there's your 80-52 swings. And then if you just want to see kind of how it's going to perform with those Pro-Ms, then at BP or whatever, and again, make sure temps are good, balls have been stored in the right place, then go out there and maybe take 5-ish swings per quarter turn. So just 20 or Pro-Ms, see how they perform, and I think it's going to really blow your mind, and you'll kind of fall in love with it. Again, they have tons of models on Juno's site that you can choose between. Code ADS will get you a discount. I think on the majority of bats, there are certain ones that are limited to which codes work and which ones don't. So if that code's not working for you, get with us, whether it's in the comments, averageslowpitch.com, social media, whatever, and we will find a code to get you to help you get the best price from Juno as well, or at a minimum, put you in touch with one of the reps. Again, Chris Foster is who hooked us up with sending this over and letting us put the swings on it straight out of the wrapper as well for him. So again, really appreciative of that, because this was one of the more fun bats we've gotten to swing in a while. Been looking forward to swinging another 12 and a half. I mean, we swung the Gorilla not too long ago, but prior to that, it had been a while for these 12 and a half. So either way, an amazing bat. It's definitely going to be in that top tier bats when we throw it in the rankings. So in that elite tier, if you don't know, not sure what I'm talking about, head to averageslowpitch.com. There's a USSSA rankings, ASA rankings. We try to have them updated every 2 weeks or so. Just know it just really depends. We have a website kind of manager who she will throw different rankings up there, but it's still on me to make sure I have time to throw it into a little spreadsheet that then she then follows. So if you have questions on a bat, you've seen a review, it's not on there yet, go over to averageslowpitch.com, use the contact us page or any of the social medias, message me, and I'll give you an idea of where it's ranking, at least as far as whether it's in the elite, excellent. I think it goes above average type of rankings, just so you have an idea, and then eventually you'll see it obviously on the site as well. Now that the season's over, we're hoping to be able to kind of expedite some of that as well, so that you'll see that different info. We're going to add some things like a lot of the jerseys you see us wearing here on the page. We're going to work on getting those added to the website where you can just go straight on there, put in your size, number, all that kind of stuff. It'll send us a notification that you want to put an order in, and then every Friday, we're going to basically submit orders for all the different jerseys people want, so that you have a way to pick them up without having to kind of reach out to us, go through the buying process, send us a message, all that kind of stuff as well. So make your life a little bit easier. And then lastly, if you go on there as well, the contact us page, there's a way to subscribe to kind of a newsletter, as they call it. We are going to start using that this off season. You'll see in there the expected release dates of different videos, whether it's a 12-inch barrel comparison, balance bat comparison, whatever it is. We're still figuring out what we're going to do this off season, but that's where you'll be the first to notice or to see some of that stuff. And then we'll also send out on there when some of these review bats are up for sale. We're going to make it a priority that the people that are subscribed to kind of follow along with this journey, with the Average Slow Pitch stuff, we'll have kind of first dibs of that kind of stuff, exclusive discounts, all that kind of stuff as well. But either way, an amazing bat from Juno. Felt great. Pretty much game ready from the start. You saw exactly what his performance was, how people kind of felt about it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, help you decide if you want to grab one of these or not. Thanks for supporting the channel. Have a great day.